Okay, so the next round takes place in Temple of Anubis.
Standard. That is the standard.
Yeah, see, it wasn't fully standard until they put Libero on the Junkrat. That's when I knew.
So Meta Athena is once again running the Fire of Mercy, and Saya player is going to be a Widowmaker.
So this is actually a really strong composition because Pharah both empowers the Widowmaker, or sorry, Mercy both empowers the Pharah and the Widowmaker. And when you're hiding from the Widowmaker shots, that's when Pharah can actually find a good angle on you, especially when the...
For example, sighting Miro right away on the left side there. Like Fire of Mercy stays pretty keen at first.
By Meta Athena, making sure that Saya player does have that opportunity
But
to
if we
potentially
look
get
here,
up
Eska goes around the back.
there, start raining down some terror, but
And it works.
Eska's going to take down Hyonu, and this could be important for starting off the defense on the right foot for Lunatakai.
You is
He takes out Fire of Mercy by himself.
playing with fire, man. We've seen what Saya player can do to Genjis on this map. This ass Hawk
Oh god, yeah, this is a disaster.
After this fails, Saya brings out Reaper, and Meta rushes
looking to try and
forward.
reset.
Looks like basically Saya player was hell-bent on killing
Saya's gonna
Who Are You instead of actually
become
trying to get the more valuable
Reaper
picks
here.
for his team. He will switch off now of that into this very slow, very risky.
And with
Reaper
Chris's amp it
composition
up,
with the
they're going to rush right in to the point.
Point A's though, if you can spend some time in that left-hand building,
Like that, and
it's certainly an option.
Gyuto's position was here, so he gets taken out right away, so it was a very good call from Meta Athena.
They are going to move over there straight away, gets himself in, and this short range is
But with the Pulse Bomb, Eska does destroy the mech.
going to be very, very helpful. Rez comes down, they need
So Rez saves Chris, but now whose Diva is a mini.
to keep Chris alive, but he doesn't have a sound barrier or anything available, and Eska's just getting free kills.
So although Toby gets killed, Who Are You and Eska, they're taking out the tanks and they continue to defend.
But to take down whatever he wants, and Who Are You just darting about, picks himself
So Who Are You almost has the blade already, and he's going to display a world-class concentration here.
up a health pack
Take
as
a look.
well in celebration. You can see we're still ticking as Meta Athena still have a few members on this point. There's a Dragon Blade almost there though for Who Are You.
Oh, here it comes!
Yeah, grabs it out. Can he actually find the Mercy though? He wants it, but he's getting ran around.
So patient though. That was
Nicely
so
done.
beautifully done. He was.
So we're going to look at this one more time.
Blade almost there though for Who Are You.
Oh, here it comes!
Yeah, grabs
So
it
he
out.
saves
Can
the
he
swift
actually
strike.
find the Mercy though? He wants it, but he's getting ran around.
So patient though. That was
Nicely.
so.
After the blade is over, he uses Swift to strike to run away, and he uses Deflect right away to save himself. And if you look back here,
It's there though for Who Are You.
Oh, here it comes!
Yeah, grabs
He's
it
also
out.
getting
Can
the
he actually
care
find
from
the Mercy
Zumba's
though? He
Diva.
wants it, but he's getting ran around.
like that.
So patient though. That was
Nicely
so
done.
beautifully done. He was so patient.
So with that, Who Are You was able to survive and take the kill. That was really well executed, I would say.
Many times early because, as you said, he got to the point very quickly there, did a lot of damage. This is an opportunity. Maybe they can
Okay, so now they're going in again.
use it with the sound barrier. Trying to get into position right now. Lunatakai.
Miro was so low, and Saya player's pick on Miro was really nice, but Lunatakai was able to save Miro and prolong the
Very
battle
well
here.
playing around
So
this though, spreading.
Toby was up there on the 3rd floor, and as Miro's jumping up, Toby's turning on that amp it up.
Against it.
Yeah, Yono's actually going to be taken out first. I mean,
And Hyunu's taken out as well, so they do a fairly good job of fighting here.
it's not as much of a big deal. There was no res available, but still Who Are You's getting the work done. We've got
But
a sound
after
barrier
the
being
sound
invested,
barrier-
and Meta Athena want it to be this time.
Libero takes out Gyuto's Ana,
And yes, Death Blossom available, not
and Libero is taken out by
yet
Zumba.
used. He's trying to get that health back by just getting these
Look
autos,
here.
these shots in with those shotguns.
Okay, sound barrier used here.
And Toby's using the sound barrier too. But the tanks kill Zumba while damage buffed Reaper uses ult to kill Toby and drive away Miro here.
Oh, there we are. That's exactly what needs to happen. We've seen Divas be so incredibly good at
So Zumba's taken out, and when Miro comes in,
dealing with the Faras, but Meta Athena are going to answer back despite the fact that the Fara
good damage buff as well from Hyunu there.
falls down. Libero not going to be there, but
We're
Meta
gonna take the
Athena
point here.
tearing people up.
My player's first-person view for so long.
So now Eska is Sombra, and Sombra is so good on the B point of point B on Anubis.
Well, he wasn't doing anything, and it's not
I'm pretty sure Meta Athena pressed tab and saw that Eska had changed to Sombra.
because he was wrongly positioned or because he was a bad Reaper player, but it was because Lunatic was so spreading
So they dive in right away before Eska could get the EMP.
against him. But when they got in that one choke point in that room, that's when the death blossom
And good hit by Who Are You, and Reaper is so low, and the heal pack down there is hacked.
happened. That's when they won the point. So Lunatic being so good until the
Saya's
last
taken
moment
out.
Yep, now we've got Hoon and Rio actually going on a double dive.
But Hyunwoo has the res, and Libero does it again. He turns the battle to Meta's favor by accurately bombarding Sombra
Yeah, but Lunatic
with
Eye
3 shots.
able to repel them, and the rest of
So
the
Hyunwoo
support
resurrects
DPS
Saya, so it's
relatively
5v6
unprotected
now.
We do have Saya player being lifted
And
back
Libero's
up now
gonna
by
use his
Hyunwoo.
barrage as well.
Res on
Oh,
one is
so
not
well
necessarily
done. Zumba was like right next to Miro, but it was just too quick for Zumba to react.
the greatest opportunity. Libero with some free shots with the barrage.
So he uses the Zumba uses self-destruct, but he gets taken out by Saya.
Nicely done, and Zumba is going to be taken out. Frontline removed, and Toby trying to...
Almost got Toby as well. And now Eska has the EMP, so he comes in with it, but there's really not that many people who can fight with it together with Eska here. Guido's also dead.
to run away.
And Who Are You? So what they were trying to do was Eska was gonna use the EMP and Who Are You was gonna use the Dragon Blade, but because everyone else is dead at the moment, Who Are You cannot handle the focusing.
Does get a health pack, should be okay, but Meta Athena still getting the kills, still trying to storm this.
So Who Are You's Blade and Eska's EMP are wasted, and Lunatic High's contest.
They're getting the ticks, they're starting to tick this one up. They get the
Comes
first one.
here.
Can they get the second? No, not quite, as they have actually made it onto this point, but Lunatic High just trying.
So I think the contest was efficiently done. So not everyone's on the point together one by one. They're coming in to contest.
The stall. Remember, overtime is very important, especially on Temple of Anubis, just
And-
because defender's advantage is such a huge deal. But if Meta Athena can do it here, that is
Side player does
such
it
a
again.
statement.
Zoom on the wrong side of this with a defense matrix, so he does get the pick onto Toby with that
Oh,
death
God.
So it looks really good for a Meta Athena at this point.
awesome.
And-
Does end up getting the second take regardless.
And Miro used Primal Rage at the right moment here, and
Yep, Guido.
Guido's Pulse Bomb was nicely put. It takes out Chris, but is again countered by the Resurrection.
Is going to be able to take down Chris, though. Pulse Bomb comes in. I believe that was actually on a Diva mech. He was just in the wrong position, but Yonu is going to answer by grabbing that res, and Meta Athena
So that is good snowball right there. Hyunwoo staying alive, and he used the Resurrection twice.
continuing to get these kills.
Guido trying to get the pick here onto the far.
So they're taking out everyone.
Kai moment where even though they're old, I know it's going to happen. There it is. Meta.
Okay, so it's Lunatic High's attack now. So Eska on Widowmaker. Who Are You on Tracer? Libero's gonna run EMP with Sombra and Saya's Tracer here. Everything else looks similar.
To that finals for Meta
Zumba's
Athena
gonna
here.
change.
This is not a done deal by them by any means, but still they have the advantage now.
Oh yeah, and they're going to be very comfortable moving into this defense as well. So
Let's see how
I think Meta Athena knew that Lunatic High was gonna run Widowmaker, so they're minimizing the exposure.
Eska
They're all
uses
hiding
the
on the right
Widowmaker.
side.
Obviously he wants to look for Genji picks, but Libero is actually on the Sombra.
yeah, super defensive comp here from
And they're gonna dive on Guido here, and it's gonna be really good.
Meta Athena.
Watch.
Not a massive amount of damage available, but look at their positioning, staying away from.
So even with Toby's amp it up, they can't save Guido.
Trying to force them into a position where they have to go very deep in, and the
And
Widowmaker
they're gonna do another dive here that kills Guido again.
doesn't get value because they're all hiding back there, and they have the counter dive set up.
Yeah, and you can take high ground.
It's just really hard to defend because even if Zumba does use Matrix at the right time to cover Guido, there's always gonna be someone else just attacking from the side, and also Rio can always go through the matrix. So once some of the other members punch in some damage, it's really hard to save the Zenyatta at this point.
Trying to dive into that.
So they have to wait it out again.
On the right side there, it's just so unreal.
And because of their position right here, Eska can't do anything, even though nobody's coming to get it.
And because they're back there, Eska can't do anything with this, so their comp is countered by the positioning for Meta Athena. EMP does go off.
So Libero comes in with the EMP. So they wait until Lunatic High is regrouped, and then they go in. So they're buying more time by doing this. And Wario's taken out because he's
again, they
get
he's
a
hacked.
who are you exactly? They need single pick, and then
I can see the tanks becoming quite impatient here. So Miro jumps in. He has the ultimate. So I think he was trying to contest the point here so that the Meta Athena would move back.
and stopping and then moving back, making sure that Eska, like you say, not going to be getting any value. But it does mean Lunatic
But they're waiting to get Gitto again.
I have been able to get themselves towards some ultimates. We've got Primal Rage and the Sound Barrier available, as well as that Pulse Bomb, which always seems to be
almost feel
So Gitto is like over there
Lunatic
by
High should
himself.
just take a run for
And instead of going back to contest the point, they go after Gitto again.
the point, try to control that zone, and then force Meta Athena out of their turtle position.
So Lunatic High was able to get one tick.
Because as it is right now, they're not getting anything done. That's going to be a kill on
But
Gito here
they
as
can't
well. It
they
ruins
can't push
another
at this
push
point.
for
Rio takes out Eska as well.
Lunatic High. They are going to make that dash for the point here at least.
Hyunwoo uses Transcendence, which would have been a waste if Toby just waited. But maybe Toby didn't notice that they were already dead.
At least with Who Are You? Sound Barrier is
I
used.
think that's
I
what
like
happened. So Toby didn't use his ultimate very well.
This attempt much more than trying to dive the right side.
Yeah, oh, that Primal Rage timing was insane from Rio.
So Meta's actually
Keeps himself
doing
alive
really
and
well
should be able to beat.
here. And Rio used his Primal Rage when he was like below 100 HP. That was like really well executed. In my opinion, Rio could have used it earlier, because just to be more stable.
Down this robot. He's going to be able to do so, but Libero's going to fall. Miro grabbing one back, but it doesn't seem to matter. Meta Athena on top of this one. Lunatic High repelled yet again.
I like the idea to just Hail Mary
So
the point,
Lunatic
though.
High
Avoid
takes
that turtle
one
right
tick.
side position. The problem is they did it without Guido. They didn't have his Transcendence,
But
which
Meta
is so
saved a
important.
lot of
He
ults
died
and
because
they're
Cyber
buying a
got the
lot of
kickoff
time.
there, then came back to the point. Now he has...
I would say that Eska should have had a plan B in case Widowmaker was countered with a great position like this. So Libero saved his EMP and he uses it on Gitto.
But they don't have the same amount of tools, namely Miro missing that Primal Rage, and they are going
Gitto had Trance too.
to just try to dive the right side, and an EMP is waiting for them.
Yeah, Libero's going to jump his way forward. There he goes. He should be able to lock this one down, but no.
So Gitto survives with very little health, and Toby goes to care for him, but then
So low.
No trans.
he's taken out. He's taken out by the self-destruct from Hoon.
Sentence.
Yep, too good. Gito's not going to fall down.
So Who Are You was hacked as well, so he gets taken out. Although Miro kills Sombra,
Not going to be able
now they're
to stay
pushed
alive
back
through
again.
that one, and who
He was too. Was Libero actually wasn't trying to EMP.
So Miro was here. I don't know how he got here, but I guess he was trying to take out Libero once more.
He was coming and saying, "Pop your Transcendence. I'm baiting
Yeah,
you."
yeah,
and then
yeah.
when Guido didn't do it, what did he do? He popped it and killed him. And now he still has the Transcendence, sure, but time is...
I should note here though, because Rio's health was low, Chris used Sound Barrier defensively, and that I think gave away the point A here. Watch.
Is running out. They're going to make that run for the point here, not going...
So after using the Sound Barrier, they were not able to go in and engage and dive. So because of that, Sound Barrier was, I guess, a little bit wasted.
into the turtle position yet again.
And Saya was the only one fighting on point at this point. and Saya's taken out. So I think they had a missed call there. Like, I think Saya just assumed that after the sound barrier that they would dive together. But it didn't happen.
And Lutakai is here, but this time they don't have a sound barrier. They've only got that Transcendence for support ultimates.
And they grab the first pick here as well, so this could be a
So now they both have, Hyunwoo and Gito both have Transcendence.
huge deal for Lunatikai. Got a Transcendence just...
So it's 5 versus 6. Even though Saya as a tracer is still very far for the defense to come back to point A.
For Meta Athena to try and hold on once again because they don't want to let this
hard
one
for
happen.
Meta
But
to
Miro
defend
is
A
going to
anymore.
continue this pain. Good uppercut from Who Are You. Looks for the rocket punch but doesn't find it. But it's Esker. He's got the tag fires.
So Toby's using ultimate as well just to ensure that they are getting the point.
From the back line.
And
There's
so
that sound barrier. They didn't have it at the
Doomfist
start of
gives
the
no
fight.
room for Meta to add
Toby
variables to
built
the
it up
fight.
here. That's going to be the end of Libero. Does die with his EMP in hand.
After this, Gito changes to Reaper.
And that's going to be 4 minutes here.
Lunatikai definitely knows that they have more ultimates.
2 minutes, realistically.
And they know for sure that the healers don't have any ults. So I think they were trying to add more DPS variables in. Because, and also, I think they knew that Libero had the EMP coming. So I would say Reaper is one of the best DPS to use while hacked. So I think that's one of the reasons why that they chose Reaper.
To beat the time bank of Meta Athena for Lunatikai.
And they were so close to overtime
And Libero could have done a better job of using his EMP here.
there as well. They're looking for a bit of a snowball cap on the side of Lunatikai. A few ultimates available as Who Are You staying on.
So he only gets Zumba pretty much. He does get Who Are You as well, but he should have gone in a further here on this side. It would have helped the team out more. And Zumba's mech is destroyed, but so is Hoon's. So Hoon was so preoccupied with taking out Zumba that he gets taken out by Gito. It was like right in front of his face.
But I'm sure we can actually find there. Yeah, of course, being able to eliminate.
And Eska was assisting with the hits as well. Hoon's mech shouldn't have been destroyed here because Doomfist was backing off. He was hacked, and Soldier and Reaper were attacking from the same direction. So it was a little bit of mistake on Libero's part and Hoon's part.
The possibility of a defense.
And Rio should have jumped in instead of following Miro with a weak cannon here. So look here, Rio's going after Miro. Miro is close to dying, but he used Primal Rage. So after that, Rio should have come back.
Doomfist. Libero with an EMP, but I'm sure we can actually find there. Yeah, of course, being able to eliminate the possibility of a defense matrix is important, but he's going to get punished for it.
And as we can see here, I would say more DPS means definitely more variables. So unexpected outcome.
Almost immediately, Meta Athena
this.
getting
And we can
wiped out.
see-
Yeah,
It's the Reaper again.
Who Are
that's
You
gonna
takes
deal
Saya
with
out,
those
meanwhile
delayed
Gito takes out Rio.
Is going to deal with those tanks that are going to come out here. So
And
this is such a smart
Eska's
move
going
by
to kill
Gito to make
both
this
healers.
switch. As soon as that D-Matrix goes down, he is a sitting duck against the Reaper. Actually has to go grab the health pack.
Libero does a good job of taking out Who Are You, but at this point there were just too many players who were dead on Meta Athena's side.
Who's going to
Already starting to lean
about
towards
Gito.
He
Lunaticai's
needs to stay
favor at
alive.
this
We're
point.
at about 99% on that Death Blossom, and he needs to stack it up. Now he's going to find it, and his health comes back as well. Just hang.
Meta's second attack. Meta Athena chooses Fire Mercy and Widowmaker.
Really, they're playing greedy with this. The Reaper might be the safer, longer plan, but this is definitely a greedy move for Meta Athena. They want to get this cap very quickly.
Zumba's Diva intervenes right on time.
And any tick on this point
When,
A could
if you
be
look here,
the
winning
difference.
factor, yeah.
so Saya's just waiting for Who Are You to come.
Absolutely. Could be the winning factor. All right, Saya player looking for the Who Are You pick here.
Yeah.
So Who Are You gets hit, but Zumba
Find
comes
it,
in
does
right
get the shot,
away.
though. Who are you is actually going to have to deflect.
And
Might go
he saves Who Are You and even takes out Hyunwoo.
sneaking in the
Oh
back.
yeah, of course. Side player's not on Tracer. I just assumed that side player's on a Tracer, but
And Saya gets a chance, but he misses everything
we were
here.
watching him on Widowmaker.
He's on a Tracer with his reticle right now. Now he's on the, again, that Genji that they didn't run on.
I would have to point out, Pharah and Widow both have very strong poking, but it's all or nothing kind of deal. So I'm sure Meta knew this too, but you're weakening that stronger dive with more stable DPS and trading that for bigger variables that can change the outcome of the fight with fewer landed shots. So when their accuracy is compromised, there really isn't anyone else to carry the game because D.Va and Winston's diving alone just isn't enough DPS.
On the defense the first time, now that it is here.
So if DPS fails to put in damage like this, the dive tanks are lost and will start to feel the pressure from the time running out and their patience is challenged, which in turn can get them to try and make a difference on their own.
He
That's
is
what
trying
happens
to
here.
limit the value.
So Hoon and Rio pushes forward to build the battleground for them basically, but it wasn't well executed. So Chris comes in late, and even though Zumba's high position on D.Va is a common place for the defending tanks, Rio seems to get the DPS straight on for way too long. So Chris is still stuck here, and
Do that.
if we look
Or
here,
you can get here. He's about to have.
so Hoon could have used Matrix to save Rio as much as possible, but Rio could have taken a better position as well.
That Dragon Blade, that may just be what ends this first overtime round.
And we can also notice here,
You that. Who are you?
Hoon's Matrix sometimes just goes on and off on enemy Winston, like in this situation here.
Can get here. He's about to have.
So Winston's cannon cannot be blocked with Matrix, and Miro's not low health. If he was, then it would make more sense, as it can block off Anna's healing, but I don't see why he would face Miro with Matrix right at this moment here. So Hoon's wiser choice could have saved Rio, but once again, Rio didn't have to become an easy target practice for Zumba by choosing to be in an open position either.
Have that Dragon Blade, that may just be what ends.
So
this
Meta
first
does start the
overtime
last
round.
fight with
Zumba's gonna be able to take
Saya's
down Rio,
headshot
and he has
on Who
himself
Are
a
You.
self-destruct
Time. They're going to see the health pack taken here. Deflect is on cooldown. Could have actually looked for the opening pick there.
That was good shot from Saya player, but Eska killed a Chris as well.
With the barrage, did not do it, but he's taken out by Saya player off screen. So
Yep.
this is their moment. Will they be able to force this in?
So 5 versus 5.
And they get down there. We've got a self-destruct flying through. Hyunwoo's going to make sure that Chris stays alive in this fight as
So Hyunwoo revives Chris,
well. Rocket Barrage comes down. He's just
and
looking
Chris uses ultimate.
to take down the monkey, but he's got
This I need to talk about this one right here. So after Lunatic High's sound barrier dissipates, Chris is revived to use his sound barrier, but Zumba's positioning and the self-destruct was beautiful here. Miro's Primal Rage was so well used as always too. It was such a typical moment to use Barrage while the sound barrier was there. And Zumba's ultimate just gave no time for Libero to run away.
the Primal Rage to help keep him alive. Lunatic
Saya does kill Zumba though, and Hyunwoo successfully
they've
saves
only
Saya
lost
from Miro.
Zumba. Miro doesn't have Primal Rage for much longer, and
They're
Meta
gonna get the
Athena
second
are
tip.
getting the kills. Yeah,
Hyunwoo
can
comes
they
back
move up to it?
to
Yes,
save
they
it.
do. So important, even if
But Asuka meanwhile kills Rio with Pulse Bomb, and Who Are You's Blade kills both Widow
they
and
don't
Mercy.
get this, that is so huge. They want to try and cap this out, try and get some sort of
Dragon
snowball moving towards the
he
next
gets-
point. And Who Are You to save the day here for Lunatic High?
So meanwhile, Hoon's D.Va does stack some kills for Meta, but that last multi-kills done by Lunatic High DPS ends the round
But he's
here.
very, very low.
Okay.
That's going to be that.
Okay, so Lunatic High's second attack.
Meta Athena.
So Lunatic High chooses Sombra, and Ghetto pulls out the Reaper here.
Okay, this
So they're running 3 DPS once again.
Instead of it being thirds, this is like 3/4 of the way. So like it's even worse.
It was so evident that Sombra and Reaper were used to harass the tanks on the meta.
yeah, it's
The
more
two
than 2
ticks.
ticks, yeah. It's 76.7.
They're gonna rush right in.
Guido is going to play this Reaper opening, so they're playing the safer plan, the longer plan, because they had the better time bank. They're just going to make
Like
the Hail
they
Mary
have
push
done
for it
before.
again.
So they're going in right away, and Eska hacks the small heal pack right away.
Yep, giving up on any sort of Widowmaker playstyle here as Giddo's going to make his way into the
So Rio tried to run in, but Hoon's Matrix wasn't there to push onward, so he falls back, and then Eska takes Chris out.
house. We've spoken about how important this is. Eska's going to get the first blood as well
Giddo
in
needs
this
to
fight.
live. He's the key player here.
Yeah, but look at this.
They
They're
can't get on the
already
point.
And Eska takes out Hoon's mech as well, and
picking this
that's
one
just
up.
too
It's
big.
halfway through. And that is so good.
That's
but
just way too
still
big for
3
Meta to have a
minutes
chance
go
here.
in
Looks like
this
it's all
battle.
going to end here.
Oh my god, Meta Athena just got wiped out.
That's it.
Okay,
Literally, you're going to
jumping
buy
back on
time
the-
here for 1 second with Rio, and then that's going to be the end of it. Tracer steps off.
I don't think it's going to happen.
There's the
Wolf,
boot
I
from
think
Toby.
that Lunatic Eye have done it, and they do.
So Mordecai takes this
And
one.
this was